on is agriculture, majorly sugarcane. We come from one of the sugar belt. Many people around here their life would depend on that. Yet, we have a lot of controversy surrounding the revival, leasing, and management models of mere sugar in Kakamega and Zoya sugar in Bungoma. In Bungoma. Your Excellency, the two of you kindly please shed light on this. We have seen these factories undergoing challenges in terms of raw material, I mean lack of enough sugarcane, poaching, and flooding the market with sugar from elsewhere that does not come from there. And now farmers are left on their own. Who is in position now to help the farmer realize the vision of or the benefit of the sugar in this region?
Thank you. Let me start. In fact, that's a good question, because even today, one of the places that His Excellency President William Ruto visited was Nzoia. And that was deliberate because Nzoia for a long time was incurring losses. The government was putting a lot of money there, but it was like carrying water in a sack. You cannot get anywhere. And this issue, people who talk about these things forget very fast that there was a task force which was headed by the then Kakamega governor, Oparanya, and then Eugene was the minister. They went round trying to get maoni, public participation on how the sugar sector should be sustained. And very many ideas came up. One of them was privatization. It was very clear from the start that government is not good at doing business, because that was the era when, if you are a member of parliament, you would go and ask for 20 bags of sugar free of charge to go and give your people. You want to employ, take your relatives for them to be employed. Maybe you need, you have 2 vehicles and you have 10 drivers. So you have just fellows who are just hanging around the corridors. So the current government looked at all those, because the idea was government to pull out, which was the best approach, which was the best method to revive the sugar sector. They went for the leasing, and there was a memorandum of understanding which was discussed and agreed upon. Why we even went to Nzoia today was to see the difference between private sector run mill and the public sector run mill. Because when you go, as we went there today, the nucleus is now working. In fact, the current investor is in the process of starting irrigation. He's going to start irrigation. By December, there will be irrigation there. He is now, the challenge that is now facing is marketing of what he has. He has about 255,000 bags of sugar, which we saw in the stores. Now the problem is now not production, because now the farmer has been paid. Of course, we have some areas that they need to be cleared. The retirees also have some areas, and we have talked to the president. He has also made a commitment to sort them out. But farmers today are being paid after 7 days. Before then, farmers would supply cane and they would pray to God when they would be paid. Workers had gone for 22 months without being paid. As we speak now, workers are being paid every month. So the factory is now being run in a private manner, in an efficient manner, and we can see the results. In fact, one of the things that we told the president today is that the issue of importation of sugar, because if we continue the way we are continuing with that production in Nzoia, and my colleague will be talking about Mumias, this country is capable of having enough sugar and exporting that sugar. Sometimes our people just become sentimental. But factory you just want to look at it, you are going at losses, it's not helping you. Just saying a factory is not enough. Is it assisting you? Is it assisting the farmer? In fact, farmers had gotten to a point where they wanted to uproot cane because it was not making sense. And I think the direction the government took is the right one. Let us focus on now marketing of the sugar that we are collecting. And that's one of the factors that we're saying the current administration has fixed the sugar sector, and the farmer is happy. If you look at the people who are talking about it, they don't own sugar themselves. They are not even sugarcane farmers. When the current investor came, people from Trans Nzoia were saying now, Chris, our colleague from Trans Nzoia, started criticizing the investor. Yet the way bridge was in Trans Nzoia, bringing Ken to